Breaker, breaker. You got a copy?
Is this thing on?
Yes, this thing is on, and welcome folks, J. Paul M. My name is Jackson, and this is the last of the races, at least that we're going to be doing all in a row. Yeah, we started with WEC Weekly, which was a disaster at Spa. We did the LMG T3 Sprint Cup at Spain, which was bad, but not, you know, bad, but not generationally bad. Then we had the LMP3 race at Sebring, which I expected to go much worse than it did. But yeah, we're here now. We're at Bahrain. We're in a car I'm actually comfortable with. We're gonna be driving an Orica 07. At Bahrain, I've set up the car for the track, something that turns in but doesn't over-rotate on exit. I'm feeling pretty good about this setup. I know it's going to be comfortable to drive. I just don't know what the race is going to provide. Yeah, that's kind of my big problem. And I keep mentioning a kind of de facto career mode where we're going to be racing offline. I'm going to do a little bit more of that in the coming days because we have the 4 hours of Laguna Seca coming up, and we're going to be practicing for that. But I'm also going to want to keep my racecraft sharp, and I think that's the way I'm going to want to do it. I don't know if I'll live stream each of the segments, but we're starting with the 2023 1,000 miles of Sebring, and for the 2023 season, I'll be driving a C8R because that is the car that kind of got me into sports car racing to begin with. We start in Sebring, and it's quite interesting because the van wall is going to change for each race. Glickenhaus is going to disappear after the first. It's a really interesting dynamic, and it's so cool that they did it. Yeah, one of those details that I say wasn't fully necessary, but the game is just so much better that they did that, and that's about all I got to say about that. Yeah, we have a pretty tough field, a lot of silvers. I should probably do more daily races. Like, it's not that I haven't been doing daily races. I got a podium a couple days ago in a daily race at Fuji. So that was good. Yeah, just a lot of people driving like klutzes and not crashing into me. So that kind of parted the seas, allowed me to get through and finish in P3. We have just over 2.5 minutes now until the race starts. Yeah, I run out of things to say a lot with these streams right before we start. I run out of things to say a lot in general. Like, unless I'm frustrated about something that happened on track, I'm generally going to be pretty quiet during the race. One of those drivers that's only loud when I'm really unhappy. Like, if I'm, like, quiet. I'm like the no news is good news type of driver. "90 seconds now. I wonder if this one will be a night race too. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. I haven't seen a night race at Bahrain in a while. Night race at Sebring was cool. Cool, short. Let's see, we got 12 minutes of qualifying. I was originally wanting to do this race 2 hours later, but, you know, have a family birthday and they want to do something out of the house, away, far away, and the 1 o'clock time slot just wasn't feasible, so I moved it back. Doesn't affect how I prepare for the race, though. I just got my work schedule for August. Right now is not a great time to look at it, obviously. But yeah, I think this is one of those where I'm gonna try to give it everything that the car has to offer in qualifying. We're allocating splits now. And we're good to go. We have driver rating times 4 and safety rating times 3.5. That is scary. And we have 10 tires, so use the ones in qualifying. Want to have them usable for the race in case we need them. But actually, because if we get them warm, if we use the qualifying tires, that might be more advantageous to start with. Just so I'm not struggling. All right. Car setup. Interesting. So we're entered under a Valvoline livery, but I guess... Huh. This is interesting. I like this one better, but the Valvoline was intended for... yeah, Le Mans Ultimate is just weird about custom liveries like this.
Clear. Get what you can. Need to get some heat into these brakes. That's the end of the session. B3.
the end of practice. Didn't even get to turn 4 on an outlap, but, yep. Presumably we're going to need our headlights. I'm just going to turn them on. The thing with Bahrain is that it's so well lit that headlights aren't totally necessary.
Exit's clear, watch the line. Alright, we have 11 minutes to set a lap. Your brakes are cold, we need some heat in them.
I'm not totally sure what to do about the whole tire situation. Either we want to... We're going to take our medicine at some point. And I think we'll do it for the start of the race. Oh, what the hell? It never did that when I was setting up the
Track
car.
temp's decreasing, it's now 91 degrees.
But I think we have our answer now. I mean, our tires aren't up to temperature yet, so that probably also has something to do with it.
Third.
And unfortunately, I checked, there's no option to disable crew chief fastest lap for the session, so I just kind of have to live with Jerry telling me how bad I am. Not quite getting the exit rotation I want. The tires aren't too upset with that spin, so I'm still not going to start on them. Even if we lose positions, that's fine, just as long as we don't get overtaken by any GT3s.
What's a new fast lap for James? 1:49.7.
I can't get rid of this. It is so frustrating and so disheartening that I have to put up with that. The good news is it seems like the brakes are working like they were in practice yesterday.
Your tires are cold. Let's get a little heat in them.
So easy to lock up there, so I didn't use a lot of brake pressure, but I ran wide, so catch 22, I guess. This is maximum suspension stiffness with the rear sway bar disconnected.
The brake temperatures are looking good.
It is skittish on the... What do you mean lap will not count?
That's a new quick lap for via 149.1. 55.
I can probably get within like a second of that, ideally.
The car is just done on 151.3.
Race room track limits out here, golly.
Five minutes left. Alright, you're halfway through this fuel run. Sector 2 is 0.3 off the pace.
It's actually really good. That isn't. Over-rotated the exit.
T4. Sector 3 is 0.4 off the pace.
Wow. I won't go out and get pole, but that wasn't a particularly good lap either.
Front tires are cold. Sector 2 is 0.3 off the pace. Two laps of fuel left. Your 2 10ths off in Sector 3. It's a new quick lap for EO 148.7.
I wish you didn't tell me that.
With 2 minutes left. Your tire temps look good.
Alright, I think I'll be done after this lap. Just the apex there a little bit. But yeah, this is some really solid pace.
Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. Copy that. Pit stop requested.
How are the tires looking? You know what? We can start the race on that.
Picker's ready.
Depending, of course, on whether we get the temperature advantage or not.
That's the end of the session. Fourth.
I don't know what to do. I think I can get away with starting on fresh tires. Probably not going to be competitive for a podium. I'm 7/10 off them, but I'm... She's 1.5 seconds better than anybody else, so...
Watch your speed.
and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Oh wow, we only got 12 people here. That's... You know what? Yeah, fresh tires it is. And we're just going to be able to make it on one stop. After we can set that stop up now. I don't know.
Formation lap has started.
Formation lap has started. Eduardo's got like the perfect voice for his role. Alright, we do get a day to night race, so this is probably even more interesting than just a flat out night race. We're starting pretty late in the evening.
Green flag,
Go, go, go.
green flag.
Not a great launch. Better to just concede that place than it is to fight for anything right now. Just kind of...
So it's okay, let's build on it.
Alright, so these front guys I'm not going to run down. I know that. Absolutely blistering in qualifying. It's going to take a lap or two to let the car get comfortable, and then I could probably take this guy in front.
Stay focused, keep hitting your marks.
That's lap 1 complete.
The next car ahead is
Go meter.
NASCAR's really holding us up.
Yeah, I know. You can run, but you cannot hide. Goes to cover the inside. Washes wide at the apex.
Good pass, drive away. The next guy ahead of us is James.
And he gives me a tap in the rear. Because, of course, people that defend like that have very fragile egos, I can tell. No, we're not going to have any aero damage. Not from that tiny ass tap.
The leaders just run on 151.0. P4. Gap behind you now, 0.5.
I'll give him credit though, turn 10 is very hard. Turn 11 is a deceptively early turn in, but when you try to throw a block like that, you're just asking for the guy to get under you.
It's a new quickest lap for feel like 149.7. The fuel window is going to open on lap 24 and closes after lap 26. Yellow flag in sector 1. Alright, yellow here. Green flag in sector 1. Green flag. Gap ahead's now 2.9 seconds.
Maybe shouldn't do that too often because then we'll increase our fuel burn. Alright, I think we could get that back.
Gap to
guy's...
James ahead is increasing. It's up to 4.9.
I mean, it's increasing because I had that snap. Gotta be really careful with how I rotate the car because overdoing it means your race is over.
We've got a caution in Sector 2. It looks like Theo has crashed.
Oh, what the hell?
Green flag. Caution. It looks like Jorge has messed up. Sector 2 is clear. Third. Gap to James ahead is increasing. It's now 5.9 seconds. Yellow.
Of course it did. And of course I'm gonna have to get past this clown again.
Sector 1 is clear.
Yeah, that's what I saw from the roll bar to prevent.
The next car ahead is Robier.
Well, that's just great. It's not like I even did anything out of the ordinary. The rear end just let go. And this guy clearly isn't afraid to get physical, so I gotta deal with that now. Of course, it's a small split, so a mistake like that has to draw me to pretty much last.
You're reeling. Robier. In. The gap's down to 3.0. Sector 3 is under caution. B6. Looks like Jorge has spun. Green flag. There's a caution in Sector 1. I think that Robier has gone off. Green flag.
Yes, he has. I saw him do it.
The next car ahead of us is McMurray. Caution's out in Sector 1. Looks like Jorge has gone off. Green flag. passes lap 4.
Deal light.
1:49.1. Great stuff. Keep it coming.
Oh, I planned.
Gap 2, McMurray. Ahead is increasing. It's up to 610. Yellow flag in Sector 1. Looks like Jorge has slipped up. Green flag.
This Jorge guy's really embarrassing himself.
There's a caution in Sector 1. I think that Jorge is wrapped. Green flag, Sector 1.
Again?
Gap to McMurray. Ahead is now 5.8. There's a caution in Sector 3. Green flag. It looks like Andrew has crashed. Caution's out in Sector 2. Green flag, Sector 2. It looks like Jorge has gone off. Caution's out in Sector 1. Green flag in Sector 1. Looks like
Rover.
has gone off. You got a slow car up here. Caution's out in Sector 1. Yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that Jorge is wrecked. Green flag, Sector 1. Green flag. Gap out fronts now, 5.4. Yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like
Rover.
has crashed.
Rover.
Behind is pitting. Green flag Sector 2.
Oh, what?
We got a Caution in sector 2. Green flag.
Didn't do anything out of the ordinary, it just let go. And then it did an upshift. It's just such a weird car in the respect that, like, it drives fine 99% of the time, but then, like, 1% it'll just jump out. It'll do something unpredictable. That's why I can't wait for version 1.4 when the brakes
Slow car in front of you.
get improved. Because I'd like to have a brake pedal I can trust.
There's caution in sector 1. Looks like James has slipped up. Gap 2, McMurray ahead is increasing. It's now 9.9.
At least it seems like lap time wise, me and McMurray are at worst, or at best, trading blows. It's not going to help that I have this Mustang here.
Caution's out in sector 2. Green flag sector 2. Looks like Theo is messed up. The car in front of us, Theo. Caution. It looks like Verstappen has crashed. Green flag sector 2. Slow car ahead, looks like the class leader.
I'm gonna catch him at the same place I caught the Ferrari.
Gap 2 ahead is increasing. It's now 7.4. Gap 2 EO. Ahead is now 8.2. B5. Okay, yellow. Green flag. Looks like James has spun.
That gap has come down a little. Car over-rotated there, I have to go out and catch it.
Gap out fronts now 9.0 seconds. You've used half your fuel here. Guy in front is McMurray.
Oh, what the hell? Ah!
Green flag. Yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like James has gone off. Sector 2 is clear. The next guy is James. James in. The gap's down to 10 seconds.
So I compensated for that spin by moving the brake bias forward a little bit.
Gap 2, James. Ahead is now 9.4. Got a caution in sector 2. It looks like it's crashed. Green flag. Caution here. Green flag. It looks like McMurray is messed up. Guy ahead of us is McMurray. Get a slow car up here.
The car does seem better now that now that the brake bias change has been made. Still a little sluggish at apexes, but I can live with that.
The gap out front is now 5.7 seconds. That last lap was 1:51.9. That lap was at 1:51.2. There's a slower car ahead. Gap to McMurray. Ahead's now 5.9 seconds. The track temp's decreasing. It's now 87 degrees. Caution's out in Sector 2. Sector 2 is clear. I think the Christian has crashed. Gap ahead's now 7.0. Got a slow car up ahead. Got a slower car up ahead, looks like the class leader. Gap to P4 ahead is increasing. It's now 8.9 seconds. Stop was a 152.9. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.7 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace.
Ah!
We got a caution in Sector 2. Green flag, Sector 2. Yellow here. Looks like McMurray has slipped up. Green flag. Gap 2, McMurray.
Of
Ahead
course.
is increasing. It's up to 14 seconds.
Other guy makes a mistake in my car. I have to make a mistake and ruin any chance of capitalizing. Ah! It's like my entire fucking life is Murphy's Law.
McMurray ahead is spinning now. 4 laps of fuel left. Car ahead of us is James. Gap 2, James. Heads now, 16 seconds. Gap 2, James. Ahead is now 16 seconds. halfway. Two laps of fuel left. 2 laps. You're down a second, sector 2. Catching a slower car here. Yellow flag in sector 2. It looks like James has spun. Green flag. You're reeling James in. The gap's now 8.8. Caution's out in sector 2. James ahead is pitting. 1 lap of fuel left. Don't speed. Copy that. Pit stop requested. Figures ready. Car in front is CO. Alright, our window's open. Okay, we're pitting this time. The leader
Deal like.
is pitting now. Pit exit's clear, go, go, go. The car in front is James. Gap 2 first, behind is now 3.6, a lap ahead.
Yeah, this one's gonna go down as a race I think that got away from me. Just could not stay out of trouble. Oh wait, he had
Video is pitting. Gap 2 behind is now 13 seconds.
Wait a minute, we're in 4th.
Is now leading.
Still struggling with these left side tires a little bit, but
There's a car leaving the pits. 54. Got a slower car ahead.
that was rude.
It's getting closer. Gaps down to 8.4. It looks like McMurray has gone off. Green flag. McMurray has gone to the garage. McMurray behind is pitting. Gap out front is now 17 seconds.
Probably go a little bit deeper into turn 1 if we tried.
You got a slower car ahead. James in. The gap's now 14 seconds. Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
Went about as deep as I could there.
Got a slower car ahead. Looks like the class leader.
Not going to catch him in a very comfortable spot, that's for sure.
Gap to James ahead is increasing. It's up to 15 seconds. Yellow flag in sector 1. Looks like is wrecked. Sector 1 is clear. Slow car out front. Gap to James. Heads now 14 seconds.
We lost time by shifting in first gear.
Gap to James. Head is now 14 seconds. You've just done a 151.6. Gap to James. Ahead is now 14 seconds. Lap times are real consistent here. Keep it up. gap out front's now 12 seconds.
We gotta stop doing that for fuel reasons.
You've just run a 151.6.
I mean, here's necessary to be in first gear. And here. And here. I think it's only turn 11.
Gap 2, B3, ahead's now 11 seconds.
Did that guy damage his car or something? Because there's no way he's been matching pay. Well, I guess it's traffic.
Slow car out front. Caution's out in sector 2. Green flag sector 2.
That was too deep. Minutes left here. Oh, we're good on fuel.
Gap to James. Ahead's now 11 seconds.
That mistake in turn 1 definitely didn't help us. But we are closing the gap. Got distracted by something on my upshift paddle. Looked like a piece of hair or something. I have a fan blowing at my feet and a fan blowing at my door. Because unique to Le Mans Ultimate, my computer produces a lot of heat. I don't know if it's just hot outside or I'm actually feeling quite warm now that I think about it.
Got a slower car ahead. You're reeling, James, in. The gap's now 10 seconds.
Feels good to be hunting a podium, that's for sure. Not when that happens, though.
D3 in. The gap's down to 9.9. You're being real consistent here. Great job.
The good news is the pressure's on him, not me. I doubt I'll catch him with the time I have left, but if I can just keep my nerve.
That's half your tank. We got a caution in sector 2. Gap to James. Ahead is now 9.8 seconds. Get a slow car up here. That lap was a 151.7. Slow car ahead, it's the class leader. Gap out fronts now, 9.4 seconds.
That snap was bad, but it could have been so much worse. That's the only one so far that's been caused by getting greedy on the power. The others were caused by turning the wheel too much while still being on the brakes. And the brake bias right now I think is pretty balanced. But before I adjusted it, it was about 2% to the rear. Yeah, that lap pretty much ends any chance of a podium, but I at least get to hunt someone.
Gap 2, James, ahead is now 9.9. This caution in sector 1. Green flag, green flag. Yellow flag in sector 2. Green flag, sector 2. Minutes left. Gap ahead's now 8.5 seconds.
pretty much the only chance I have of catching him is if I can bait him into a mistake, which I don't think is going to happen.
That lap was a 1:51.8. Yellow flag in Sector 2. I think that Andrew is messed up. Sector 2 is clear. Gap ahead's now 8.4 seconds.
Yeah, we'd have to be catching it like 2 seconds a lap to even have a chance. And not when we make mistakes like that.
Your lap times are real consistent. Keep it up. Gap to third heads now 5.8.
Does he have a problem? Is he driving
5 minutes left
conservative?
here.
Is he
What you do
nervous?
here? Let's stay focused.
Does he want to have an on-track battle with me? I've seen guys back up for that before.
Caution's out in Sector 2. I think that Andrew has spun. Green flag.
Well, I'm not taking my foot off the gas, so...
You're reeling. James in. The gap's now 4.9. flag in Sector 1. Looks like Christian has crashed. Sector 1 is clear.
Also getting thirsty.
Two minutes left. There's a slower car ahead. Caution's out in Sector 3. Green flag. It looks like Theo has crashed.
Alright, I think this is going to be our last lap coming up.
Got a slower car ahead. Looks like the class leader. We got a caution in Sector 2. There's a caution in Sector 3. It looks like Verstappen has slipped up. Green flag Sector 2. Sector 3 is clear. You're reeling, James, in. The gap's down to 2.8. Sector 3 is under caution. Looks like the light has gone off. Green flag Sector 3.
Yeah, a mistake by him is the only way I can catch him.
White flag. White flag, bring it home.
Oh man, he's gonna be so close, isn't he? I'm not gonna get there, but man, it's gonna be close.
missed the white, we got one more. Alright, one more. Forward, checkered flag. Understood. Pit stop requested. Full green, bump one red. Full green, bump one red.
Ah, 2.5 seconds. I know we were last in the order of cars that were still running, but man, that's hard. Man. That's why it pays to persist. I just don't feel like I'm getting better. I want to make a career out of this. I mean, I gotta build an audience. I'm probably not going to get paid for it. It'd have to be like a side gig, but still. I want to do this long term, but I gotta find a way to get better. I mean, yeah, that's... just is what it is sometimes, you know? I'm gonna keep doing this. Gonna keep fighting to get better. There's evidence I am. But I'd have to see what, Oh, no way. Let's go. I'm finally a gold safety rank. Let's go. Okay, that's a big win. And this was supposed to be the livery that was on the car for the race, but, I guess Le Mans Ultimate's just weird about that. It won't happen again. But, yeah. That is what I would call a good race. Kept it relatively out of trouble. This could have been better. It could always be better. I'm gonna keep working, gonna keep trying to improve. There may not be a WEC weekly race because of Laguna Seca coming up. But yeah, that's about all I have for you today. It's been J. Paul M, and I will see you all